slow, let it go, roll down all the windows. Show me yours, I'll show you mine. You don't have to pretend you're shy. Make it slow, let it go, make it slow, let it go. Make it slow, let it go, make it slow, let it go. Don't you wish we could be out of sight, out of mind? Take my hand, don't go slow. I'm chasing the afterglow. Dance with me, wild as me. Finally got some clarity. Don't you know? All I'll ever really wanna be is a connected high. You and I, pinnacle, climactic vibe. Show me yours, I'll show you mine. You don't have to pretend we're shy. Let's forget the world outside. Turn it up to overdrive. Take it slow, let it go. Roll down all the windows. Make it slow, let it go. 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 Take my hand, don't go slow. Show me yours, I'll show you mine. You don't have to pretend you're shy. Make it slow, let it go. 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 Take it slow, let it go. Let's take a trip to uptown. Don't you wish we could be out of sight, out of mind? Take my hand, don't go slow. I'm chasing the afterglow. Dance with me, wild as me. Finally got some clarity. Don't you know? All I'll ever really wanna be is a connected high. You and I, pinnacle, climactic vibe. Show me yours, I'll show you mine. You don't have to pretend we're shy. Let's forget the world outside. Turn it up to overdrive. Take it slow, let it go. Roll down all the windows.
Perfect. Chad, good morning, baby. It is Tuesday.
What's happening, guys?
Miles, how you doing?
I'm super blessed, my man. How you doing?
Good, man. Chad, big one. Big one. Let me just get the poll going here.
Chad, how sick was that collab video we dropped yesterday? We got to give it up to Mo. He's absolutely killing the editing game. Mo and Laik are absolutely just doing wonders with those videos.
Alrighty, Chad, how's everyone feeling? Everyone's still in the game. Everyone's still head in the game. It's only Tuesday, so I hope yeah, you can't really catch on that much cuck in 24 hours, but
You'll be surprised, bro.
that is me saying it, and I've ruined a month's worth of trading in 2 hours one Friday afternoon. Got home early, around about 12, destroyed the entire month and some more. Actually destroyed maybe 2 months. So I destroyed the month I had, the good month, and then I just put myself back another 2 months. So I can't really talk. That took me, I think, 2 hours. But anyways, Chad. But let's get going here, Chad. We're going to start off with the prayer, as always, not because we want to, but we need to. Just set the tone for the day, for the week. And Father, we just thank you for another day. Thank you for bringing us all back safely here. Thank you for each and every member watching here. Thank you for the ability to do what we love. Thank you for blessing us with health. Thank you that you will protect our families, our businesses, our belongings, and ourselves, and each and every member watching here, Father. We just pray that you will meet each and everyone right there where they are, whether they be going through anything, Father, or whether they are doing well, Father. We just pray that you will be with them. You say that in your word you will guide us, lead us into all truth, and you also say that you will supply our every need according to your riches and your glory. And we just thank you for that, and we just pray that you will be with us during this week. Pray for a hedge of protection around us, and we just thank you for your blessings, your mercy, and your favor that is new every single day. And we pray this and we ask this in the mighty name of Jesus. And if you believe it, Chad, you can just drop an amen.
Amen.
Straight away, amen. There we go. Amens have been dropped. Just need 2 amens. Where 2 or more gathered, there shall be. Beautiful. There we go. There we go. Alrighty, Chad. Let's get straight into the economic calendar. Big shout out to New Squawk. They will be carrying us through the election today. Please check them out. newsquawk.com. Absolute incredible what those guys are doing there. Chad, today, big one. US elections. There's not much coming out. Just a little bit of data coming out a little bit later this afternoon. And then some mid-tier to lower-tier data, but nothing to concern ourselves about. But the major one is the US election is kicking off today. Looking from a technical basis on the dollar, very, very interesting for me. 2 things here that I am currently looking at, and it's the following. We closed bearish below that previous area of support, but now also we've closed bearish above this area. So DXY is going to be trapped between these 2 ranges, and this is what's going to cause it to be somewhat choppy going into Wednesday, Thursday, once those election results have been finalized. But ultimately what I want to see is either a daily close below here or a daily close above there. But at this stage, I'm just going to go neutral. Like I said, irrespective of the result, there's going to be a new sitting president start January 2025 for the next 4 years. All right, Chad? It is big, either Dem or Republican, but it's going to be big. 5-minute time frame. Let's quickly check here. Asia lows absolutely swiped. Daily pivot, weekly S1. So for this area, I'm going to look at the following. That zone right there, very simple. Bearish if we stay below, bullish if we can hold above. And then next up, we're going to see what we do at Asia lows. Very, very simple here this morning. Don't need to overcomplicate it. You don't need an internal fair value gap to see this. There's just the EYES indicator. Luckily, that's an indicator God gave most of us. Some of us just failed to use it, but that's very simple. There we go. US 30 daily. Let's blitz through it here. Daily for me is still bearish. There's your daily close yesterday below that level. We already tested that little zone there. So I'm expecting us to come back into this liquidity zone down here. And the 5-minute, what do we have on the 5? Look at that daily EQ, that little zone there. Daily pivot, Asia highs. Very simple here this morning as well. You don't even have to overcomplicate it. There's your zone that you need to monitor. Bearish below, somewhat bullish once we get above the EQ. Nasdaq daily, I'm just going to go with neutral because it closed bullish, but is that now a confirmed support? That is still to be seen. I'm just going to be neutral on this. Things are looking somewhat messy on Nasdaq, and I want to see what we do after today once the results start filtering through. But relatively simple on the lower time frame. This little zone right here, beautiful. There we go. Nice tight little zone to work with. Bearish below, bullish above. Asia lows untested. All right, gold. Let's check gold. Alrighty, gold yesterday was bearish. Still bearish today, purely for the reason that we closed back inside of this range. And now we've got this lower end of the range. So we are currently stuck within this bigger range right here. That's the upper end of your range. That is the lower end of your range. If we continue to reject up there, we're going to come down here. Otherwise, if we start breaking above that range, then we can start looking at these all-time high levels again. But we're going to take it range for range. I'm also going to be neutral here because we took the previous daily low. We failed to stay below. We're on the verge of flipping bullish, but Asia lows still untested. Okay. And now what's happening is we are breaking back into the Asia range. So again, quite simple here for me on gold. Asia highs, daily pivot, that's your zone there, and then the 200. If we can stay below the 200, we are going for Asia lows. Very straightforward, very simple. And then we're going to need to see what we do here at the previous daily low. So we're going to take it level by level. GU, real quick here. I think we're making some solid ground here. GU, I am still bearish on the weekly chat. I just want to show you guys this. So the weekly has flipped bullish, or it's gone bullish, but the daily now for me is a little bit more tricky, and I'm going to tell you guys why. We took lows. Check here. So we took that low, we closed below, but we failed to continue. And I told you guys, I think it was on Friday, I think it was somebody in Project G, we talked about GU, and I mentioned the 200 EMA on the daily. I still marked it out all the times we trade around that 200 daily EMA. It's a massive, massive level, and I still said, somebody was asking about bearish continuation, and I said, look, big level here. Okay, we found a lot of support there. We tapped it, and we moved up. So the interesting thing now for me is we inside of this range, so it is very likely that we can trade to that upper end of the range. But also we've got this key level here. A lot of reaction. We've been trading around this level for almost 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks. We've been in this zone. So obviously there's a lot of buying and selling going on. This is a point of concentration. There's a lot of volume. Buyers aren't taking advantage. Sellers aren't taking advantage. It's a little bit of a stalemate. But now going into the session, very, very simple. We have broken above Asia highs. We have tested Asia highs. And the expectation would now be for this bullish momentum to continue. But how do we get involved? I cannot get involved in any of this here. I'm going to need to see something either above this key level here or that one there. Otherwise, I need to stay out and I need to wait for that daily R1, because that's going to determine if we've got a trending day or whether I'm going to catch a reversal. But yeah, it's just tough for me. Okay, so GU not looking as clean. GJ, on the other hand, is looking relatively sweet for me, and I'm going to tell you guys why. Yesterday, I was bullish for most part of, I think I was neutral to bullish, but look at this zone here. This is where we previously had resistance. We closed below. We tried holding back above. Yesterday, closing back inside day yesterday. But now my thing is, if this thing can flip bearish, we are going to come and test the lower end of this range. And if not, if we hold above this key level there, I do think we can see some bullish continuation. My only thing is looking on the 30. I actually took a little loss here this morning. I don't know, Prodigy members, you would have seen we were in for 8 pips. I don't know why I didn't go break even, but here was the trade, just to quickly take you guys through it. There was your weekly pivot. Nice little double top formation there on the weekly pivot. Looking left yesterday, that was also our session high. Those shorts also came in round about, no, not the same time, a little bit later. And then once we took this 50 and we broke, and then I just want to show you guys quickly the 15 minute pushed up beautifully, tested Asia highs. I took a sell on the break of those lows, went round about 8 pips, and then just completely pulled back, moved half my stops. And my idea was the following: why didn't I go break even? I wanted to see how this 15 closed up, and it closed with a top wick first, and I love that. There was no bottom wick, and I was like, I'm not going to suffocate the trade. This thing can push up, flip bearish, and then go all the way to this daily pivot, which it didn't. Okay, so that's fine. That's part of trading. You got to accept your risk when you place your bets. But now we are bouncing in and around this Asia high level. Okay, so if we are going to hold above Asia highs, and we are going to start breaking above this weekly pivot like we're doing now, I do think we can see a move to the upside. The only thing is, look here, every time we closed above the weekly pivot, right back down. Closed above, right back down. A lot of rejection, right back down. So as soon as I see on the 5 minute we actually hold the weekly pivot, I will look for longs. But then on the other side of the coin, if we go a little bit to the higher time frames, if we continuously reject on the 15 and the 30, you can still see there the 30, every time we closed above, right back down, closed above, right back down. So if we get another rejection here and we start trading lower, then I would consider the shorts to go and test Asia lows, similar to what we had yesterday. But then also you've got the scenario like Friday, where we're looking for those buys, where we first traded a little bit back into the range, and then look what happened. We held above. We had that minor structure break on the 30, and price just ran to that key level. So I'm going to wait for either a 15, a 5, or a 30 closing above this weekly pivot and holding it, because this now becomes liquidity for me, because the sellers couldn't take advantage. The buyers just bring price right back up here, and that's my idea. So I've got a two-edged sword here, and we'll see which one will play. But over to Miles. That was quite a lot of talking, but let's see Miles cook it up here for us.
100%. So
just your price
table. Most importantly, as I mentioned yesterday, I'm not going to be trading gold until we are done with these elections. So I'm not even looking at gold today. However, Gigi, on the other hand, is always playing ball. So just having a look at that weekly, I am bearish on that weekly on Gigi overall. However, where we are right now is super important for me, because we are at the QP level of 197,500, which is a major liquidity area for me. On that daily, how we closed yesterday is giving me the idea that if we can go ahead and break the body of yesterday, we should start to see price drive to the upside. On the bullish side of things. On the bearish side of things, where we are is also a crucial point, because this is liquidity. So if we look to the left hand side, we've got area test 1, area test 2, 3, 4, and then obviously where we are right now. So as I approach the markets today, I don't have a mindset like I did yesterday, because the setup is different. Yesterday I knew I wanted to sell because the setup was different, the structure was different. Today it's either or. And I'm going to show you now, as I go to that lower time frame, why I'm saying so. And it's mostly just based off where we are in the chart right now, which is at 197,500. So then popping down to that 4 hour, as I've mentioned, we are at this resistance area. So similar to yesterday's trade, where we have liquidity on the left hand side, you got your range there, awesome. There we've got the exact same range right now. What price has done before this is it popped out, retested. This is where price should have driven. It failed to do so, and it actually broke down then popping back up. This I am seeing as that retest before price can go down. But because of how we are structured on that 30-minute and 4-hour, it's not, how can I say, I'm not adamant about the sales this morning as I was yesterday. The structure for me is different, right? So what I'm looking at today is something as simple as this. Can price hold this liquidity area? This whole range for me is going to be a no trade range. I do not want to trade in this area where the QP level is. I would more so want to take buys above the high into, what is that, 198.250, and then sells if we start breaking this current support area, because that microstructure, which was bearish, I hate to draw a trend, but I have to show you it this way. That microstructure was bearish, obviously making those lower highs, then eventually breaking out of that. This should be where price grabs liquidity and starts driving, right? So if it's going to fail to do so and it's going to break beneath it, I'm going to look to short it back down. And then if I stem back to, if you guys were on stream yesterday, you'll notice that it's literally just going to be a mimic trade on the left hand side. Range high to range low, range high to range low. That was our trade yesterday, and that's how we caught it. So essentially what I'm going to be looking for the sales is quite important. This is why I marked it out there, which is the previous 4 hourly break. I want to see that the candlestick anatomy that is currently ascending to the upside starts to fail. On the 4 hour, we're printing it, higher highs, higher lows within the anatomy of the candles itself. So that's another confluence that I can use if we start to buy today. If we break the previous 4 hourly highs, this candle should continue to drive. And I can also use it on the contrary. If we are going to be not only breaking our own current 4 hour lows, but the previous 4 hour lows, price should continue further down. So that's going to be the simple setup for me on GJ today. It's going to be buys or sells. I'm not phased which one. However, I'm very adamant about how it sets up. I want to see that price closes above these areas on the 15-minute and the 30-minute to see price continue driving up. The thing with the 5-minute for me is we can close above, we can have that setup, but the issue is to the left-hand side, we still have that wick rejections. So I want to more so actually see a 15 or 30 close above and then a 5-minute support cradling that area nearby for us to look for longs. And then on the contrary, if we fail to breach these 4 hour levels and we sink beneath the 30-minute level, I can look for that aggressive shorts. The conservative entry is going to be beneath the previous 4 hourly break, but I will play the aggressive card once again because I am a bit of an aggressive trader, and I will then look to short it a bit earlier. So when I mention that I'm an aggressive trader, but my entries are always conservative, that's just how I am. So simply on the 30-minute, we want to see something like this for type 4. It's going to be the closure above, well, 15 or 30-minute. Closure above like that. You then want to see the next candle start to pop down, grab liquidity. And that for me is where that 5-minute pretty much kicks in. You're going to be patient enough to wait for that 5-minute to set up. And then as it flips, you want to see price continue. And then on your 5-minute, you literally have something like that where there's that consolidation period. That's where you can have your stop beneath the current floating 15 or 30-minute candle. And then exactly the same on the sell side of things, because we are bearish on the 30-minute. So this is going to be a simple type 4 and this will be a type 3. However, both executions is going to be, how can I say, type 4 style base, because you're waiting for that closure above, you're waiting for the retest, and then you're waiting for the drive. So that's me on GJ today. Let me just get those areas out for you so you guys can actually actively see it. This is going to be the no trade range right over here. And then this will be my...
That was a beautiful word. 5-minute cradling this level. Sure. Incredible use of words there. Just a young cradle on the 5.
And then this will be that aggressive buy area, because we obviously are going against the structure. This is normally going to be the safe area, but because of how it looks, that looks terrible for me on the left hand side. There is no LTA. This is going to be an aggressive area. Not to say that the sales can't play out if I take them, but there's just a lot of wick rejection. So two things. Buy or sells, I don't mind. I have a setup for both. And then secondly, quite disruptive shorts will happen if we drop beneath because of all those wicks. However, we should get a trade today. Cool, that's it from my side, boys. Drop a W in the chat if you understand it. I would like to see that people is starting to understand these analysis and not just
wait for the signal.
waiting for the setup and then popping and dipping.
Quickly throw me that horn. Amina. Yeah, awesome collab. Miles, I think Miles brings a lot to the table. All of the feedback I've received so far has just been positive. I have not received one single negative comment from everyone I've been talking to. Buy the bot, die 10 per pot. Hy kom, die bot kom for December, Black Friday. Amina, thank you for that, Dan. I really appreciate it.
Shot, Amina.
Amina. Alrighty, Chad. We are literally 1 minute away. 1 minute. And things are looking spicy here on GJ. Spice levels are high. I was going to go split screen here because...
for the styles, would you use a type 1 style risk management? I'll still do the normal risk management, bro. It's just what I've been kind of edging towards more towards the end of the year. It's kind of just taking that 10 and running. I've already hit my, I don't want to say, but I told my MFX members during the year, we hit our yearly target in July already. So as I approach the end of the year, I'm pretty much just doing the 10 get out. There will be the odd day that I have the runner if the setup provides it for me. But I think now I'm actually pushing towards just closing that full 10 and walking.
Chad, markets are not yet open. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. US elections. Got our boy DT up against KH. Kamala.
Would it be safe for sells if it got to the current daily low and broke the area with LTAs to the left of the 4 hour zone? According to my plan and my strategy, there's not financial advice, there's purely just education and entertainment. In my opinion, yes, that would be safer.
Chad, markets are open and in motion, baby. Let's get ready. This is the official round 3. Ding, 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 ding. DTKH fight. Nizam, definitely. Miles will be coming with to Cape Town next year. But no New York slice. No New York slice. Can't do it unless it's a gluten-free base. It needs to be gluten-free. That thing was sitting in my stomach like a rock when I got to the airport. We had that pizza way too late.
Dude, that pizza is fire.
That's like
I absolutely love it.
But not 3 o'clock in the morning. You don't do it at 3.
I love it. Warm me up a fire. Just make sure it's warmed up before they will. I got you,
JSE. Now I'll get back to the JSE. Who asked that? Somebody asked that. We'll still get back to the JSE. There's just too many other things going on, so I don't want to get sidetracked with the JSE.
Jordan, can me, Chris, and Keegs lay on the couch? Is that fine?
No, we're just going to stay in a dangerous area of Cape Town again where the gangsters come to just say goodnight to you. 1 o'clock in the morning, it's just like, hey, are you guys lost? And then, but this literally happened. So we got to our place. So Andy obviously does a lot of work with the gangsters. And the guy stops next to us. He's like, hey, Andy, so for Dwal. And Andy's like, no, I'm just dropping off my mates here, whatever. And as he drives away, Andy's like, that's the most notorious gangster in SA.
Oh,
Keegan's like, what, really? So this area is pretty dangerous.
hectic.
And we went most to Manenberg.
Keegs told me that must have been a nice experience.
So that area is dangerous, Chad. I don't know why we thought it wasn't, but it is. It is pretty dangerous. It is dangerous out there.
Check what Jordan's saying.
What is?
No, just look how we did this. You guys can stay warm. We only have one spare blanket.
How will the different president options affect the market if Trump win? Monkeys are FX. Please tune in from 12 o'clock. We're going to go through all of it. We've got a big one, a little subathon from 12 to 6. So join. We're going to talk about all of that, my brother. I don't want to take away from that series. Chad, GJ currently breaking above this weekly pivot level. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I might take a dab at it. If we close bullish, we get a bottom wick. Because remember, I'm seeing this now as liquidity. All right. So I'm just letting you know, if we can get a nice bottom wick and then break the highs, I might go for it. But also be very aware that every single time we've closed above, we fail to continue higher. So this time around, I want to just see us drive. This thing needs to run daily R1. So if we get that candle anatomy, bottom wick first, more than happy to take it here on the rip. Because it's pretty simple for me. Sellers couldn't take advantage here. There, price right back up. There, right back up. All of this consolidation, right back up. So similar to yesterday. Then I'm looking at buyers now to flip the tables on the sellers. And I literally just want to test into this. We firstly need to close above this level, and then I just want to test into this level because here you can see minor little support, rejection, all of this rejection. So if I can just get a bottom wick there, that should launch us into the stratosphere. That's if we close above there. Big ifs. So I will let you guys know. I need to see a bottom wick first. If this thing goes up first, then we can just end up here again. Okay, so no bueno.
So you want to wait for that 5 retest and then break of the highs?
Because ideally, I think most likely this is what happened here. It would break the high and then boom, just reverse. Here again. Break the high, reverse. So,
oh, I see what you're saying. So you wanted to pretty much grab liquidity and then the drive off.
If I miss it, I miss it, Chad.
For sure, I got you.
If I miss it, I miss it. But also, I've seen this movie multiple times where they're thinking, I'll just go for that liquidity.
We're also very close to the current day. That's the.
Yeah, that's the current day.
Yeah, it is. Where's your Asia highs?
Asia highs was already tested here around about 8:45. It's 197.47.
All right.
So everything is showing that we couldn't hold below the half round. We couldn't trade back into the Asia range. We're now at a weekly pivot level, which is massive. That's also yesterday where we faked out and broke back below. But now we're on the other side of the coin where we're creating bullish order flow here. If we go on the line chart, Chad, you'll see that all of this is bullish order flow. I think you're waiting for 15 close, eh?
Yeah, I want to get closure above that current high, and then I want to take a dab.
Yeah, Chad, if I don't get it on the 5, I'll go for that 15 play as well. Because like I said, this thing can just come all the way back down. On the 15, I'll actually consider above here, eh? That 197, 67, yeah, that flat body.
And then
areas.
try and fill the wicks. How big is that range?
Use that wicks as a liquidity point. That's about 3-4 pips. But also the thing for me though is that's going to be the first body closure in like over 12 hours that we get above that level.
So we should see volume.
And then what we can use is that daily high and that session high as that vantage point if we get it. You see there, Chad, that's why I said it's important to wait for the bottom wick. Because that could get you excited and then boom, clapped. No, not really chilling. We did chill, but it's nothing. I'm not like that one trader that's like, I know the Americans. I will phone them now. And I'm like, bro, like, what are you doing? And his IG got chalked for that. Then the guys wonder why their IGs are gone. Oh.
Miles, when you come to Cape Town, Crispy, if I come once or if I come every time? Because if I come every time, I'm coming down a lot in December. So get your wallet ready, pa.
Chad, there's a test now. 5 minutes. Let's see. Might do something aggressive here.
There's that push. Ooh, current daily highs being broken.
If this 5, if this 5 closes above that, chat, tiny little bottom wick break of that high, we should see a lot of volume come in here. But again, bottom wick first. Bottom wicks are important. Believe it or not. There's your daily high. Ooh. Spice level is higher. No bueno.
No bueno.
I think that 15 is going to be the play.
I think so as well.
I think that 15 is going to be the play.
I'll just deduct it from good one.
But here's the thing, if this 15 flips bearish and it closes bearish.
Look, if for me personally, if I was going to reject this 4-hour area, I'm actually going to want to take it earlier over here. So beneath that QP level.
Just see there. Oh, the sell.
Yeah, so if we have that liquidity area there and we do something like this, I'm going to go for that early entry.
Yeah.
Just depend, how big is this range? It's a bit of a tight range, only 11 pips, but I think I can pull it off.
My thing is this weekly level is massive. This is like your...
It's been struggling here.
This weekly pivot is a big level. Chat, so there's two ways we can go about this. Is firstly, if this 15 closes above and we tested a weekly pivot and we then flip, we've got this wick to fill, and then that will also be the first candle that closed above and held a retest of the weekly pivot. Look at all of these other candles. Retested, that one broke the high. I think that one would have given you at least chance to go break even 6 pips. But that's the idea here on the 15. I think yeah, I think that's going to be the play. How big is this wick? 7 pips. Yeah. And then what we can use is this little equal eye structure. That's going to be our advantage point. And that's also the session eye. So for those of you that have traded with me, what do we expect once we re-hit those session eyes here? Once we hit those levels, what do we expect? There's only 2 things that can happen there.
Yeah, Brandon, I liked it a lot. Brandon says just since last week, I feel so much more relaxed taking trades for some reason. Executing trades doesn't get my heart racing so much anymore, as I feel like I trust the plan so much more all of a sudden, which has felt so good and also manifested into the better results too. Just shows how these come with time as you learn. 100%. 100%, man.
Volume, yes. Volume's going to come in there either way. Either volume to just bring price all the way back down, or the buyers are just going to absolutely maul that level. So that's the plan here for me on the 15. Can this be the 15 that closes above and run for us? Could be. Only thing is this body needs to close above here on the 15. Otherwise, that idea is out the window. Then if the 15 doesn't close above, then the 30, we're going to need to wait for the 30. Reversal or continuation. Beautiful, bro. That's the only thing that can happen there. So you prepare yourself for both. You firstly use it as an advantage point for price to draw to that level, and then you use it as an advantage point. Once you break it, you want to see the volume and you can go break even, because if it breaks, comes back, very likely it will reverse. That is me.
Alrighty, 20 seconds for that 15 close. For me personally, looks like I have to wait for the 30 now, unless this 15 can start driving. But what's that, 10 seconds left? I don't know if that's going to be the case for me.
8 seconds.
That's going to meet your requirements though.
Yeah, so looking left here, Chad, just want to see a bottom wick. There's that high of yesterday. If I can get a bottom wick first, no. If I don't get a bottom wick, no trade for me. No trade for me if I don't get a bottom wick. If it just drives, it drives. That's fine. But I need to see a bottom wick. This is a 15-minute candle. There's your level from yesterday. That's where we rejected from. Earlier this morning, we rejected again. Now, okay. Now we've tapped into that level, Chad. And now what I will do is I'm going to have a buy stop on the rebreak of this current 15-minute high. And then what I want to see is we've got a tiny little advance. I'm going to be very aggressive on the risk management here. As soon as we tap into that double top there, I just want to see price absolutely run away. So as soon as we break that, I will literally go break even, Chad.
I'll be just stop.
I'm going to go 20.
20 bands.
20. Yo, why does 20 look so big? Yeah. Okay, Chad, I'm in. All right, let's check here. Let me just pull my stop. Shit. Okay, now we just want to see. I'm actually going to go 10 pips already now, Chad. 10 pips stop. We should drive from here. If we don't drive from here, we are in trouble. So stops are 10. And we just need to drive now. Because what's going to happen now, if we take that and we come back down on the 5, invalid trade for me. All right, so got to take it and drive. Stops are already halved. Just going to give it this 5. There's that 30-minute level we saw on the left. Sorry, 15. Flat body resistance there from yesterday. If this 5 doesn't close bullish, I will just nuke the position here. How many pips? 2.33 pips. This is a liquidity play here. One minute. Can the bulls save it here? If this can't close bullish, then sellers might come back into play here, Chad. This needs to close bullish, otherwise sellers are back in play here. Because then we've created a pre-market high, we've tapped it once, we've tapped it twice, that is the fake out there, and that's going to just tap in a lot of guys wanting to buy exactly what we did here. That's going to be the fake out for the buyers, and this thing can come all the way down. So 40 seconds for buyers to save this. If we close bearish here, I will kill this for minus 4.4.
Casually almost dying, yeah.
Okay, 21. 21.
Oh,
21. 10 seconds. What happened now?
I almost died.
3,
I
2,
choked
1.
my water, bro.
Chad killed it right there. Minus 3.2, Chad. Minus 3.2. Minus 3.2. That move there should have been the drive. So it's like,
Bro, I'm fucking dying. Chris is just going on. He's just explaining. You're just explaining it straight, bro. Whew, that was crazy. We almost had a spray show, yeah.
yeah, Chad, minus 3.2. I think some of you might have closed like minus 1 just because of that 2-second delay. But yeah, Chad, that was the play there. We couldn't get above there. So very, very similar what happened yesterday. Look at this candle here on the 15. There was your first break of the high. Closed bearish on the 15. Then this next 15 came up. Then broke that 15 low. I think Miles took it. Yeah, you took the next 15. That's that first one you spoke about. So you can now see exactly the same thing happening here again, where this 15 can close bearish and this can come all the way back in the range. But it was worth a shot for me. That's a play I've done before. And what is Goldie? Nasdaq now below your. All right, Chad. Nas starting to create some bearish order flow. Check this retest here on the 200 daily pivot, and then I'm going to say check the rebreak of that structure low there. And then US 30 already rejecting that daily pivot 200. Nice bearish engulfing there. Can you see some type of follow through here? And then DXY starting to try and hold above this daily pivot and weekly S1. So a little bit choppy this morning. How's this 30 gonna close? Friday, this move happened 10 o'clock. Around about the same time. It's already daylight savings, so streams start 9:30 in the morning and we start at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. So that is the new schedule that we are rolling with. Is it one of those where it went down the wrong pipe? Chad, I still like the longs to the point. If you look here on the left on the 5 minutes, so if I look at these bodies and where we're getting all of this rejection from, if sellers aren't going to start taking control very soon, the buyers are going to run these levels to the upside, because a retail trader looks at this and sees it as a very strong resistance area, and they're going to start selling, having their stop somewhere up here. All right, so sellers are going to need to capitalize on all of these rejections, or buyers are just going to rip into them. So I'm still looking for the longs. Also, if you go on a line chart, you can clearly see the order flow from the open this morning has still been bullish. We've still been taking out minor highs, creating higher highs, higher lows. So that is still evident for me. So just have to be a little bit patient here this morning. Oh, that's 15 short. Chad, look at this. Taking the session high, bearish engulfing below that weekly pivot, exactly what we spoke about earlier. We have not had a 15 close above and a retest hold. So is that the last gasp for the bulls? We don't have a lot of range though to that half round number.
Yeah, but then I survived, bro. I survived. Is that a vacuum in the background?
That is, let me just close that door.
That is.
You consider the 15.
That is actually Chris's jet outside. He's a helicopter. That you got that through selling the boats, eh?
Yeah, I had to sell the 5-foot lot initially.
Nice.
And we changed the TP to 10. That doubled our RR. So we went from negative 0.9 RR to negative 0.8.
Sheesh.
That was a big difference.
Yeah, boys, for me, this is just a no trade range until we can get above the. We need closures, man. That's the big thing for me. I need closures above 197,700. And then to short it, I am looking for shorts beneath this QP. The only thing is, it's not enough runoff range for me. The range is my target. The range is like 10, 11 pips, so it's not worth it for me. I'll rather wait for the sells down there. As interesting and as yummy as this looks, I'll still just wait for my sell area down here or my buy area up here. It's just patience, boys. We literally 3 trades green already for the week. So for me, it's just patience. Just gotta be patient. And actually, look on my. Hold on, let me double check before I state the wrong things here. Yeah, so look, if I look at my statistics and we go back into records, we average about 11 to 14 wins before our first loss. So we're currently on a 7 trade win streak at the moment.
So the next day on full port.
Yeah, you can.
Just phone my banker. Sell the house, cars, everything.
He's only going to lose in the next one. So yeah, with that high win rate, guys, is a huge part of it. Probably the biggest part of it. Just being patient to stick to the plan. Sticking to the plan. Because like, look, this 15 for me looks great. I'm not going to lie. If this 15 can close bearish beneath here, and I can take the shorts, it looks good. But I'm not going to take it because of the QP being right there. I'll rather sit on my hands and wait for the best prime stake setup.
Issue is that's a demand as well.
That's the
thing. So we can literally tap and then just go straight back up.
That's the thing for me. So I'll rather just sit on my hands.
Because Chad, if you think about it technically on a 15-minute, we haven't really tested it fully. Like that is a candle that literally closed above, tapped into it, but there wasn't a full retest. Like we traded up, created a new high, and then came and tapped into it. So that is still technically, you can even argue that there's liquidity sitting there, that little zone there, where it will just do this, a little switcheroo on you. I honestly thought bulls were going to take some control here. But there again, Chad, 5-minute closure above, right back down below that weekly pivot level. How much do we have to that? Oh, it's too little. Too little. DXY, okay, DXY is starting to throw in that towel now. DXY as well, no break and retest holding yet, even a break below or retest holding yet. Nasdaq as well, that's why I said you gotta see some type of structure break after closing below. Gold is just very, very ugly at this stage, but if we can reject it, definitely Asia lows as mentioned. GU, yeah, GU is just in a little bit of no man's land. Like I said, could be a trending day, but we got to see something above here. We don't even have a half round number. There's no pivot level here. There's literally nothing. We're going to have to wait for that daily R1. I'm actually going to set some alerts here. 1, 2, 9924. Oi, that one. Oh.
Those keybinds though.
Dude, when I do some spreadsheets in the morning, it's like,
Wah, wah,
yeah, it's a
wah.
legend. Wop, wop. Yeah, look at GJ. I'm going to be honest now. If this 30-minute now closes above all of these flat body resistance areas and above this flat body to the left where that 30 rejected yesterday, I think it's gonzo. I think it's going to be easy running to 197.86 because then the sellers had all of the chances here. The sellers could just not take control of this weekly pivot. Chad, so this morning I played a song here and I asked Mo, does he know the artist? That man not tell me. Chad, let me know if you know this song. I hope Miles, otherwise I'll be very sad. I'll be very sad if Miles doesn't know this. Wait, let me get
Is that
this.
the song?
Wait.
Because if this is the song, I can tell you now already.
You don't know it?
Nah.
Wait, let me not ruin it. Wait. Oh, bro, please. How old are you now?
28.
I can't let you off the hook if you don't know this song, bro. I can't. It's no. Mo is a different story though. Chad, come on.
How old is Mo?
Mo.
So what's usually is that the Sea of Thieves theme song?
Dude, that thing had like a little bit of Red Hot Chili Peppers. It had like a little bit of Led Zeppelin. It had some Puss in Boots in it.
Definitely
as
had
well.
Puss in Boots. I heard that. I definitely heard that.
Bro, that thing took you through 4 eras in one intro, chorus, bridge. I told Mo, bro, these are treasures from the past. These are folk songs that will be known for many years. It's foundational anthems for the masses. That man, we will get demonetized for that. But if somebody can donate $6, which we would have got for the stream, that would be great. $6 and we play anything you want. $6 a song. Dude, so I told Mo, I don't know about you, our family, like every Christmas, so we do Christmas cash on, so we do like the gifts on the 24th. Then it's usually like a braai or something, and we've got the Boney M Christmas album. Like we don't have CDs anymore. We go now on obviously YouTube Music or Apple Music, but we still have those CDs, dude. And these were foundational anthems we listened to as a kid, bro. It's like there's no other music you're playing. It's Boney M's Christmas album. I think it usually starts with Mary's Boy Child, then into Drummer Boy, These were the anthems, Chad. Mo has missed a big part of his childhood. I told him now to go and cultivate himself into Boney M. Actually asked the tech guy to make sure that he can't access anything other than Boney M.
Okay, guys, we got 15 close in 7 minutes. Let's see if she can close above. I would love that. Closure above this level, a slight retest on the next 15, and then a continuation on the drive. That's what I'm looking for. Let's see if price can close above. We've got ample space here.
Chad, bro, now that Boss Bobby was talking about this, so my mom talked to us about our kids. Like, our kids are wrapped in blankets compared to how we were raised. So I'll never forget it till this day. We came to visit my aunt here. They had a bucky. They put us, bro, so you know Barney's at down by the beach.
Yeah.
In front of the parking lot, they put us in the back. They just locked the canopy. They allowed like a little bit of air, a little bit of snacks. They went into Joel, and every 20 minutes, just it was me, my cousin, who else was it? My two stepbrothers. Then I would just run out. Hey, it's all right. Cool drankie, waterkie, back. and my mom was giving me kak the other day. I'm like, listen, you guys were jolling while we were sitting outside. I was like, what are you talking about? You guys were menaces. Nah, bro, you can't do that. And people will phone the police.
Yeah,
like,
I
listen,
don't think you can do it anymore.
Etie, ja, nee, ek gaan Mou maar nooit vir Kersfees van daai ou moet definitief uit 'n cultural gap in sy opvoeding. And then my uncle, and then put my cousin in a like little crib underneath the table. They were jawling, bro. She's like sleeping under the table, just bring a little bottle, and it's just like shots, dancing. I'm like, yes, what era was this? This feels like a completely different planet you guys were living on. Nah, Brandon, the parentals were crazy back then. It's like we don't have a nanny or anyone. It's just like straight up, you guys are coming with, gonna get you some snacks. You guys just chill here in the back. We're gonna lock you in. Here's a little air vent. You just breathe through here. If you struggle with your breathing, not even a phone, my bro. You're just sitting there. You're just hearing the jaw. Luckily, they found God in a good way. Yes, they needed God back then. Ah, Brandon, that's just one more, bro. You locked in there, my dude. You locked in there. At one stage, they forget about the kids. You're like outside. They don't even know where you are, bro.
Three minutes, can we get that close about? We're testing this level quite hectically. 5 minute has the juice, man.
I like the buys. That 5 closed above.
Gotta wait. And then if I don't get it now, gotta wait for 11 o'clock.
How did the 30 close though? 30 closed. Bearish.
Yeah. So this for me, closure above there's gonna be that 30 engulfing, which will be stunning. Absolutely gorgeous.
Yes, dude, I was definitely. I still remember. I told you guys my dad, my mom worked as a traffic officer. She would work night shift, and then me and him would go to the police canteen, and I can still remember vividly. We always walked in, and they're right in the corner. he would sit me on the table. I'll get like a little plate of peanuts. I'll get my little bottle of Coke and my chips, the beef Simba chips.
Yeah.
And I would chill there, there by my dad. He didn't allow me to run around, just there. And I was like a staple, my dude. But back then, they liked going to the police canteen, the what do they call it? The fire brigade had their own canteen. Like all of the Oaks, it wasn't like now. They weren't bars. They were like canteens where the Owens went to go and hang out. I think the DOP was the booze was cheap there at the canteens. Miles' little plot twist there, go in the 15. 15 now taking that session high again. Closing weak bullish.
See, like on a normal day like that, the engulfing of the next 15, I'll take shorts. But because AQP level's there, I can't take it.
No, I know, but then look at the 30. This 30 is still open. Now... No, we're gonna wait, but I mean, like this now has got. Chad, look at that 30. First 15 minutes tried to go up, now about to flip bearish. There's that low. Sure, that 5 as well, weekly pivot.
Okay, that 50 not giving me the setup that I want, so just gotta wait. Gotta wait.
Chad, do you guys have any stories of your parents going out taking you guys with? Shane, so it depends. If you've met the minimum 5 trading days, then your minimum is 5, and then straight after that you'll go to phase 2. But let's say you pass phase 1 in 1 day, you have to have 5 minimum trading days. Chad, the interesting thing for me here, how I'm looking at this, is that the 15 again rejecting all of this, and again the 15 closing above, retest failed. This 15 tried again to hold above, closed back below. No bottom wick on this 15. The 30 minutes spent almost 15 minutes going up. I'm not saying the bars are off the table, but it's just very, very interesting what we've got here. Buyers are definitely not taking control here. A very, very aggressive entry would be taking something below here. Once we get a break below there, that's going to be a minor structure break after creating a new high on the session. And then also on the 15, a very aggressive entry would be the break of that support, because now we've again closed below the weekly pivot. And then on the 30, the very, very aggressive entry is going to be a re-break of this current 30 low, or taking a break of that low. But as mentioned as well, that half round number is literally sitting there 4 pips, so you don't really have a massive advantage. And then also you've got your 200 EMA sitting there, so I almost want to say the buys are technically cleaner, but we're not getting that now currently. I feel the buys are cleaner though, bro, because even if you look left, there's...
The bars are definitely cleaner. 100%. Through and through, the buys is definitely cleaner.
The
Just
cells are
waiting for price to
jagged.
get above there.
Chat, I'm also gonna go P.
P for trade, P for TP.
Yeah, so AJ, if you traded before the start of TUT, so your Vault Funder account isn't breached, you're just not eligible for the prizes with TUT because the start date was on Monday. So if you traded already a week before, you've got a week advantage. So you didn't read through the terms and conditions. So your Vault Funder account is perfectly fine. You are just not part of the Ultimate Trader. That you can still join all of the calls, everything. Didn't take any trade on that account. That's very weird. AJ, please email support. Please email support. I'm gonna chat to them afterwards. Yeah, it's just for the guys that took trades before the Ultimate Trader started on Monday midnight. Because otherwise it's not fair. Because now everyone's waiting for Monday and then you've traded a week already. So you've got a week up on the guys. That's why we said Ultimate Trader was quite big on the website. I don't know if it was you. I was notified that one trader already traded on the account before Ultimate Trader started. But there we said starts 4th of November. So you can still join everything. You'll still get the benefit. You will not be in the draw for the prizes.
TJ making us play the patience card today.
Bro, this is messy. It's becoming. Chad, there's that. Here we go. There's that. I think this is a mile special. This is the type 10 TP type 10 TP bot, Koop die bot. There's two things for me here. The longer we stay up here and sellers don't take it away. Like yesterday, it took it away immediately. But now, the longer we stay up here, Chad, the less likely the sales are going to become. Because the sellers aren't taking control of the order flow here. And at one stage, they can give up, but also they're going to have to show some type of dominance here over the bulls. Hey Safwan, good morning my brother.
And for me, the more it sits there, the more it goes up and down, the more choppy the range comes. So it becomes less clean for me.
Yeah, then the downwards move becomes cuck.
Yeah.
But then also if you look on the 30, quickly go to your 30, the 30 then looks clean. That green zone, then you can target that. That becomes our range now. Because now we failed there.
So it's range high to range low.
So then you can, but then again that half round scares me a little bit.
For me personally, I would only take it beneath QP. So beneath 197,500. And even that is aggressive for me.
Yeah, because then you don't have a lot of range to the range low again. Then you've got like 6, 7.
It's literally like 10 pips down. So it's not, for me personally, boys, it's not worth me opening up risk.
Chad, the aggressive, the very, very aggressive entry is here. This is very aggressive. I've already taken a little knock here, but the very aggressive entry is going to be down here. Because like we discussed now, this then becomes your range that you're stuck in. So you couldn't get out of the upper end of the range. And then you've got this range low here, that same level that Miles has got marked out, that liquidity zone from yesterday. Look all the way to the left. This has been a major key level, and every time we closed below it, we just continued lower. Every time we rejected here, we continued lower, and every time we closed above, we had a nice move to the upside. So then this would be your trade idea, but again, you've got that hurdle here. You've got Asia highs, which is another hurdle, and then after that you've got the 200. So in all honesty, for me, it's almost a case of wait for the buys. If I don't get the buys, it's a no trade day.
Yeah, pretty much the same for me. If I'm not going to get this set up by like 11:30 latest, I would say,
No, chalk it.
I'm not going to be taking a position today. I actually haven't had a no trade day in a while. It's been a minute, but it's just there's nothing that's meeting my requirements, guys.
I think a lot of guys were just sitting on their hands for the election. Everyone's everyone's just waiting to see what.
I agree.
We haven't had any headlines as well, Chad. No geopolitical headlines. Only one is Iran has launched 2 satellites on a Russian rocket. But other than that, there's nothing of major significance here. GU is at that key level, but again, on the back of what? Nothing here for me. Your trade idea was here this morning, holding Asia highs, daily pivot above the 280 is bullish. That's your trade there. I know Linden was in this. Linden, that man doesn't sleep. That right there is a textbook play of the pivot. GJ is like some of your relationships, a little messy, but you guys will sort it out. I believe in you. This currency here is GJ. Can you guys see the watermark?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay, there's the watermark. Chad, DXY, now DXY is starting to give up that level. Daily pivot, what is US30 doing? US30 in the zone here. Oi, there we go. Nasdaq. This is quite a massive level.
William, these are both GJ on your screen, my man.
Miles is on GJ, and this is also GJ. Chad, we will be giving away 4 Vault Funder accounts during this afternoon stream. When? I don't know. We're going to have a random timer. So I cannot say at what stage, but there will be 4 accounts given away. Miles will be giving away 20 pips as well during that stream.
20 bags.
You don't want to miss that. It might be broken up into 2 10-pip bags, but it's still 20.
10 is 10.
10 is 10,
10 is
and
10.
10 times 2 is 20.
Yeah, guys, so apparently I'm being held hostage today.
20.
We're going to be streaming until what time? 6.
Yeah.
6. We'll be on stream till 6. So we've been held hostage. Yeah. We might even see.
The only way you get out is 100 pips. 100 pips, or you stay here.
So
imagine that they lock you in a room and they're like, bro, you can't leave here before you've locked 100 pips.
Yeah.
I bought a bag of weed and whatever. Oh, no, let me go pee. Oh. Yeah, these guys are sharp, eh? Don't look at these guys. They are sharp as knives. Got 10 pips.
Carl, I think you must give Space Kid some of that. Yo, did they choke your comment? Damn. Someone choked his comment, boys. GJ rejecting. But like I said, man, it's just not what I want. So even 10 pips, it's okay. I know. 10 is 10, boys. 10 would be great. But most importantly, we'll stick to our plan, stick to our analysis, and just wait. Miles, when trading gold, are you also targeting 10 pips? Yes, my brother. 10 is 10. Just for those that don't know, 10 isn't the final TP. 10 is my first TP. The moves we plan can extend further. But my risk appetite, if I can get 10 to 20 pips every day, not even every day, if I can get just 10 pips a trade, 10 to 20 pips a trade, I'm sorted. I don't have to get 10 to 20 pips every single day. For example, if I don't get the trade today, it's fine. I'm not going to die. Tomorrow's another day. Cheers, Ruben. Yes, we'll be on at 12. 12 o'clock slot, 12 till 6. Is someone vacuuming there? Yes. We do have a vacuum cleaner running, which is tied to Chris's jet. Gino, I totally agree with you, my brother. I also think the big players is waiting for elections. As you can see, we do have a lack of volume. Even if volume does come in after 12, for me, it's not my trading time. Am I going to be honest with you that? No, we're going to be doing shifts. We're going to be doing shifts.
It's like a mini 24-hour stream,
Yeah.
Chad. It's like
Just a quarter.
a quarter 24-hour stream.
It's going to be fun, boys, so pull up.
Gonna do some giveaways. Kribo did make Keegs vacuum. Hey man. Now we've got the cleaners in here today.
Did you watch that movie Coda and the Cleaner? With Cedric the Entertainer?
Bro,
Top.
mad.
Top.
What is your favorite movie?
Bro, I feel like the movies they're making these days,
They're not.
it's just not the same. So I'll go watch old movies again. So my favorite movie,
I've got 5 movies that are.
yeah, I don't have like one specific one.
I've got 5.
Your 5, let me hear it.
Trojan, is it the one with Brad Pitt? What is it called? Is it called Trojan? Troy. Sorry, Troy.
Yeah, Troy.
Troy, The Prestige. I think I've told you guys The Prestige. The 3 movies of Leonardo DiCaprio. The Inception is the one. Then what's the other one, Chad? Where he's on the island.
Shutter Island.
Is it Shutter Island? I'm like, that film was, bro, mind blown. And then one of my all-time favorites, American Gangster, Denzel.
Well, that's one of mine.
Bro, that movie.
So for me, it's American Gangster. I love that. I like gangster shit. I just like it. So American Gangster. I like Scarface. Fast and Furious #1. I don't know. That will just always be one for me.
Yo.
And then the other 2. Tough one, actually.
Dude, but Shutter Island, when I watched it, I was literally... Chad, that's when you've made a good movie. When I sit there for like 10 minutes and I'm thinking about what did I just watch?
Yeah.
Because that end, and I was like, dude, this was crazy.
I've got a few, man.
I think that was also
think of the
a
last
Scorsese movie. Wait, Shutter Island? No, it's not. Chad, who's the director there?
I don't know. Miles, are you a Kryptonian by any chance? What gave it away?
Oh yeah, Martin Scorsese. Bro, Martin Scorsese is
He's a G, man.
dude, and then Django, bro.
That's one of mine as well.
Yo, Django. Chad,
Slumdog
that scene where he shoots the guy from the stairs, and it's just like,
Man, that movie, I won't lie.
bro, Django was mad.
You see, like, I like watching old movies, like, again. I would rather watch again than most of the new stuff. Like, the new stuff, it's... I don't know.
Martin Scorsese is an absolute G for the movies that man has made. The Irishman. The Departed.
Oh, do you know what's also good? For me, Braveheart.
Oh, yeah.
That's my thing. Slumdog Millionaire, yes, that was also a brilliant movie.
Yes, dude.
Mark
No,
Bolaney.
there's some incredible movies. The Prestige. Have you watched The Prestige?
The Prestige. No.
Wait, let me show, bro. Yeah, if you haven't watched it, go do yourself a favor. I'm actually gonna go watch it again tonight. This one, yeah.
The Prestige.
It's Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman.
Actually, I haven't watched it. Let me put that in my movies to watch list. I actually have a list of movies to watch, which I never get to, but yeah. We'll try it today. Actually, we won't try it today because today's been a long day.
Shot on Robin Eiland. Etty. Chad, who's watched Shutter Island? My mind was absolutely at the end. I was like, what the flip?
Gangsters. For me, Godfather. Look, it was cool, but I don't know. It was just too. I don't know. It didn't meet my top 5.
Get ready. Oh, we go. Oof, Chad. Spice levels are going up here on GJ.
Brush. I drank too much water.
P again.
It's game over.
You like me now, so we gotta eat 2 TPs now because it's you're only allowed 1 P per TP. I took that -3 because you're only allowed to poo in the office if you've taken a stop, so I just kept it at -3 perps, guys. Focus with Will Smith. Yeah, Chad, there's been actually a lot of phenomenal movies. That one with Will Smith with his son. What is that one? Happy Ending. What is it called? Not a Happy Ending. What the flip did I just say now? Chad, what is that? Wait, let me see. Pursuit of Happiness. Phew, bro, that movie. Mad. Happy Ending. Oh, Etienne. Kyk waar lê my brein. Bid vir my. Exclamation prayer, Chad. Bid for Chris. Happy Ending. Yeah, Wolf of Wall Street wasn't horrific. For me, it wasn't. Yeah. Inglorious Bastards was incredible as well. Tank, the movie Tank as well. Then obviously what's the 3 movies with Denzel Washington as well. I think there's 4 that came out. I watched the latest one now. Denzel. Chad, was that? I like a movie that's mentally stimulating. Wolf of Wall Street was The Equalizer. All of the. Number 1 was.
Look, number 2 was good as well. I feel like
number 1, yeah. Then Man on Fire, Chad.
Yes.
I re-watched it the other day again. Cried again.
What is the one where he was a gangster? Where he's riding that old
American Gangster.
Training Day. Training
Oh,
Day,
yeah.
Training Day. Training Day was sick.
No, look, Wolf of Wall Street was cool, but people still think he was a trader, and I'm like, dude, he was a stockbroker. There's a difference between being a stockbroker and trading. He didn't trade funds. He didn't pick stocks. He just brokered the deal. Remember what I told you guys? That's how it worked back then. You physically had to find a seller for a buyer. Everything wasn't electronically based. So I would phone around and say, Miles, you've got how much Apple stock? Miles says, I've got 1 million Apple stocks. And I'm like, bro, I've got a buyer for 200,000 of them. The current bid price is, say, $100. And you're like, listen, I'll sell it to him for $103. And it's like, okay, sweet. Then I lock in the trade with Miles. That's what they did.
Yeah, I actually want to go watch Gladiator 2. Because I was watching Denzel Washington speak about how
Have
they
you
rebuilt the Coliseum.
seen any good movies as of late? Like,
I can't think of it. I can go look at what my Netflix is, but not really. I've just been watching old stuff. I'm literally like, in my spare time now, I'm rewatching the old Narcos. Did you ever watch Narcos before? That series of Pablo Escobar.
no, but have you watched Ozark?
I didn't finish it. I think I got like to season 2 and then...
What is this? Nah, bro. You gotta finish
Really?
it.
Okay,
Bro,
I'll
you
do
gotta finish.
I'll do it.
That's the thing. Season 1 takes, it actually takes a bit of time. Season 2 is not bad, but dude, it
So it
builds,
gets better? Okay, I gotta watch it.
builds into something epic.
You know what?
my
I don't know
dude.
if you ever watched
Yoof.
Snowfall.
That sounds very familiar.
That was top.
Deadpool and Wolverine was good.
Yes, that was also very good. I went to the cinema for that. That was dope.
Yes, I've watched that. I love Tom Hardy. You don't get any good movies these days. It's like they don't do movies that psychologically challenge you a
Test
little
you,
bit,
yeah.
where you think like, oh shit. Like The Prestige. I love my wife, but we've watched it and she got lost in it. I was like, what do you mean?
Shrek, I'm busy watching the I'm busy watching the first one. I've watched all of them though. Like I was obsessed with Narcos. Like you don't understand it. I just enjoy that. I enjoy that type of genre. Crime, drugs, criminal shit. I like it.
Ozark is mad. I can't believe you haven't finished it, bro. I was like,
The thing for me personally, like I fall asleep. I'll watch it, I'll just wake up.
Chad,
and
we're
like,
gonna bang out some series here 10 minutes in.
that's me, dude. I struggle to stay awake. But we'll do it.
Gentleman was good. Chad, then there was one on Netflix. There was only one, and I think it was something called The Princess. Bro, let me find it. So my wife started watching, and she's like, "Let's watch one together." A series. No, it was something Princess Diane or Princess. Not like Princess Diana. It was something Diane. Was it Diane? Chat, please let me know. Watch Diana. It was about. Wait, let me just see. Dude, one thing I've never watched and I feel like I've missed out is Game of Thrones.
No, I don't feel like I missed out. Because whenever I hear Game of Thrones, it's just sex stuff. And I'm like, I don't want to see that.
So I've never watched it, and people were like on, and I was like, dude, I feel like I was too late. Like everyone was already like, oh,
On it.
season 4.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I can't start now. I can't watch a series that's an hour episode. Firstly, that is already,
It's a movie on its own.
bro, that's a movie.
Have you watched Shawshank Redemption?
Yeah, man.
I need to watch that. I need to watch it. I actually haven't watched
Chad, what is that? What is that? The Crown. Is it The Crown? Wait, let me just check here. There was just one season. Dude, I was like, was it The Crown? No, it wasn't The Crown. No, it's... fuck, bro. Bro, I actually feel... I'm going to have to phone my wife on this one. It's like there wants to be a millionaire. Dun, 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 dun. Chris, who are you phoning? I'm phoning my wife. Dun, dun, The Crown. No, wait, Chad, I have to. No. Bro,
Liffy, wat is die? Phone a friend. Phone a friend. My goal this year is to stay awake during a movie or series. That's why I'll get into series and I'll fall off because I fall asleep.
Bro, you have to watch this.
What is it?
I want to tell you now. Chad the Empress.
The Empress.
Dude, mad.
It's in a movie.
No, it's a series. I don't know why there's not a season 2. The season 1 was... Bro, there's a season 2. This was... 6 days ago. Oh my flip, Chad. Here we go.
The Empress, right? I got that.
Dude, you gotta watch it. You gotta...
Do you know how long my list is of movies to watch and I haven't tackled any of them?
I think start with the Empress, Chad. I'm gonna actually just watch this.
The Rookie. I watched The Rookie as well. The Rookie is nice because like 20 minutes, 30 minutes max. Just throw it on your screen there, Chris.
What language is that?
Ohne einen Thronfolger sind wir verloren.
Da draußen läuft eine Revolution auf
German.
uns zu.
Yo. Yo, bro.
Ich glaube, die Menschen greifen zu den Waffen, weil wir ihre
This is
Wünsche
German.
nicht anhören.
German
Die
voice.
Unabhängigkeit?
Yeah, no, but they've got a voiceover one.
Politik, Elisabeth. Die Leute an ihrer Türschwelle umarmen.
Bro, German sounds so aggressive,
Ja.
bro.
Ganz ruhig.
Nein.
Nein.
Nicht ruhig sein.
Nein.
Unser Volk darf nicht den Glauben verlieren. Sie ist nicht die Kaiserin, die wir brauchen.
Sie ist es, die die Menschen in
The
unserem
Diplomat, I
Reich
watched that as well.
Chad, do yourselves a favor. The Empress, madness.
Als du glaubst.
I will watch it.
Dude, you gotta... I must actually just send my wife a message now.
I just don't know
tell her.
when, because Keegan and I have a date for the new Call of Duty. He's been on it. I downloaded it yesterday, I just haven't played it.
Bro,
But,
wait, let me just... I just want to send my wife a reminder.
we need to kill some people. Keegs, if you're watching the stream, bro, we are on.
It's coming out in 3 days. Bro, I was so bleak when I saw there's no season 2. Like, I had to wait almost a year and a half now. Bro.
Linden, I think I did watch a lot of it, but like these days, like I'm very like picky with what I watch, because I used to watch what's that airplane crash investigations. I used to watch that like a religion, dude.
No, but the thing is...
And now I'm
why-
scared to fly.
Why would I watch it like a week before I fly? And then every time I get on the plane, I'm like, bro, is this my last? Like, bro, I've got to think. Chad, if you've ever flown with me, you'll see I do it religiously. When I walk onto the plane, when I get into the plane, I lay my hand on the plane and I pray over the plane. And I'm like, Father, you keep this plane in the air.
You keep it there.
I'm like, you say in your word, you will keep us, protect us, like keep this plane. And then when we take off, bro, then it's just prayer stations. And I'm like, yes, let's just get off.
Bro, I actually, because I think it was...
I hate flying, bro.
Yeah, I can't deal. When I flew to Jersey now, not this weekend, the weekend before, when I was in Joburg, as we flew there, my coping mechanism was headset in, series on. So I was fine. On the way landing though, I had the shit of my life.
Was it right?
Because they literally dropped out of the sky and bah, on the floor. And like, I've never felt a landing that hard. Then coming back, if you're flying from Joburg to PE, you're not supposed to see the ocean. Tell me why I saw the ocean twice. Why? So I was like, nah, this ain't it, man.
Nah, bro, I pray. That's, I think God is like, bro, I've never seen you pray so much. It's like, yo, this plane. If you ever want to strengthen your religion, Chad, fly a lot. I also do that, Chris. Yeah, Michaela, always, bro, I touch that plane on the outer side. I'm like, all right, just praying for safe journey. I think you know why I don't like it. It's because you can't get off. Once you're on, and it's not like a car, like, oh damn, the wheel's flat.
Yeah.
Let's pull
Pull
over.
over, yeah.
It's like, nah. It's like into the ground.
I think for me, it's because I'm not in control.
Yeah. Same
But then
here,
also,
same
like, I wouldn't want to be in control because I wouldn't know what I'm doing. So I'm just, I have this bad thing. Like, guys, I don't judge people at all. But whenever I
I'm
get on
gonna
a plane,
judge
I
now.
always want to look at the pilot. I just want to see who's gonna fly the plane. If they don't look competent enough to fly it, I just worry the whole flight, which is a bad thing. I shouldn't be judging people, but
I feel very, very comfortable, Chad, if I hear old voice. Like, ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain, Peter van Schalkwijk.
yeah, no, I feel so.
Ladies and gents, we will be taking off in an easterly direction. It's a light southwesterly wind. With my co-pilot here, we've got Mr. Miles van Wyk. He will be taking control once we are in the air. But sit back, enjoy this flight, and we will keep you updated as we get into the air and enjoy the flight. But if it's like a young gun, Chad, baby, let's go. Time to jet up, baby. We've got Mr. MVW next to me. Things are going to get spicy here, Chad. A little bit of turbulence expected. Keep those seatbelts fastened. Grab a beer if you're a little bit uptight. And then also for the prayers, you can go into the aisle, get on your knees and pray. And if you are a little bit scared, put your head between your legs and kiss your ass goodbye, because this could be your last flight.
She's like there, I'm like, shoo,
God,
I'm gone.
Oh. I think competency when it comes to that is age. That is
Yeah, me too.
If the guy's old and is grey, I'm happy. That
happy
man has
also, yeah.
seen a lot. That man has seen some flights, my dude. If it's a young gun, that man might have been out the last night having some beers. He's young. He's like us. He's
What's that movie with Denzel Washington? I think it's called Flight. Is it called Flight?
yeah.
That's a dope movie as well, though.
It was good.
It was good. But if it's something like that, not gonna.
Lennon, thanks so much for that dono. Yeah, flying. It's a big no for me, dog. If I don't have to fly, I'm happy. And then when I went to Barcelona that 1 year, it was as if the pilot was seeking out the turbulence. For 3 hours straight, dude, I'm talking about not like a little bit of turbulence, like things are strapped down. People are crying. It's like thunder. And at one stage, I was like sitting tensed up like this. And at one stage, I'm just like, bro, I'm so tense. I'm like, God, like, just take us now.
Yeah,
just make it quick. Take me now. my my business is right. I'm ready. Take me now, but just make it quick. I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
And yeah, 3 hours, dude. And I'm talking, and the pilot comes on. It's just like, oh, ladies and gents, sorry, man, we can't find a nice pocket of air to travel in. We've got some heavy thunderstorms and rain over the eastern parts of Africa, but hold on tight. Next 2 hours or so, we will resume regular service. But up until then, sit back and get your prayers going. Just the. And then my other mate, he flew an hour ahead of me. He flew Emirates, I flew Qatar. And he was like the smoothest flight ever. And I'm like, bro, how is an hour?
Just the hour difference.
He's like, bro, smooth. Didn't feel a thing.
How long was the flight?
So from Joburg to Doha, I think it's 7 hours.
Okay.
And then from Doha to Barcelona was 6 hours.
Okay, not bad actually.
Yeah.
Not bad.
But you have to fly like zigzag because you fly over the Middle East. So you don't fly straight. So you literally on the radar you're flying like in between these war zones. So it's not like a straight flight over.
Hectic. That doesn't sound fun.
When you see the path of the plane, it's like this massive ass plane zigzagging through.
Right, guys, back to the charts. I don't think I'm gonna get it straight today, but
I'm already switched off.
Just not giving me the setup I want. Only time I want to be taking trade is above these levels here, 197.707.20, and then now beneath here 197.313. But in all honesty, it's now approaching 11:30. I think that's it for me, man. I'm not gonna look to still take positions.
I'm done here as well.
We deep into London. The chance of us getting moved can happen, but the volume coming with that is gonna be little to, it's gonna be low volume, and I don't want to sit in a trade. I'm not a
Chad, I think I gave it. That was obviously the riskier entry. I told you guys I'm going to be very aggressive with the risk management. Cost me 3 pips, not the end of the world. But I gave it that's the only potential position I could have taken above here. And then obviously we were waiting for that 15 and that 30 to potentially give us something. Didn't get it, so it's just one day, Chad. I know we all psyched up to trade. Don't think any one of us here comes to the charts and Miles is like, oh God, please let us not have any trades today. We want to trade, we want to experience the adrenaline, the endorphins, all of that. So that is why we still trade. I think if you ever lose that excitement of putting risk on the table, I think that's when you should quit. And again, not emotional, Chad, but with every trade, it's a measure of, will this trade work out? Like, I've done the prep, I've waited for my shot. It's almost like hunting. I've told you guys, it's like you do the prep, and then once you pull the trigger and that bullet is out of the chamber, then it's a case of, am I hitting the target or did I miss? So, and that's why I think we all come back to trading. It's all part of that silly game we play. Here's maybe a setup. I'm not going to take it, Chad, but yeah, no. All right, Miles, any closing remarks?
For me, boys, we literally just barcoding. This is worse than being a packer at ShopRite. We literally just scanning barcodes here. Nothing is happening here. So for me personally, it's gonna be a no trade day, which there's nothing wrong with. It's actually beneficial. It's actually beneficial for you because that means you have that discipline to stick to your plan every single day. So for me, guys, I just want to say thanks for joining once again. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, same time, same place for that London Open. However, we'll be back at 12.
Yeah, we're starting at 12.
Yeah, we'll be back at 12
the presidential coverage.
For the rest of the day.
Can we just disclaim any Packers that we still love all the Packers?
There's nothing wrong with that at all.
But
No,
it's
100%.
just tough. But it is tough. So
Yeah.
so we're just disclaiming we love all Packers.
Not being funny, boys. I was just That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing barcode right now. So it's just a no trade for me, boys.
Tough day to be a packer.
What's for lunch? We're gonna have to get lunch because we're gonna have to set up camp. Lunch, snacks.
We will also be doing OnlyFans ratings, Chad. OnlyFans ratings will be done.
Can we auction off Mo today?
Nah, I don't think we can.
Can we auction him off?
No, we
Put a
can't.
one in
We
the
can't.
chat if we
We
should
can't.
auction off Mo.
We can't. Maybe we do. But bro, you can't get yourself out of the auction.
Nah, I'm out, dude.
No. Chad, this man is trying to get a quick out here. This man is trying to
Put
get
Mo
it
under
out.
the bus. Get out of there.
Okay, Chad, just okay.
Ed.
Sorry.
You're gonna watch
Ed.
up.
Chad, if you want to consider something, this for me is not bad. There's that minor break back into the structure. If we close below here in 50, you get a top wick, you tap into that zone, your advantage point is going to be the bottom of this range. And then the idea could be for this to pull back into that daily EQ, daily pivot untested, broke back above. That's also the session high. So that could be the play. If you really, really feel like that urge, your neck is bulging, there's veins coming out, like I need to take trades. This is it. If it closes, wait for the top wick, break off that low right there. That's your advantage point. Go break even there. And then you've got the potential area here to be retested. But other than that, chat, peace and love, baby. See you guys now at 12. Subathon. Let's do it. 4 Vault Fund account giveaways as well. Peace and love, baby. Cheers.
Cheers, boys.
Wait.